And now we have this incident kanina. And now we just saw a news item quoting Speaker Alvarez saying that somebody must be out to silence Sebastian. Ano na naman ang mga implication nila? Kagagawan ko na naman yan. Sila ang nagigipit sa akin. Masyado na nila akong ginigipit, inaapi, tapos ganyan pang gagawin nila. Lahat na lang sinisisi sa akin. And they call themselves men. Ganyan ba mga lalaki? They're cowards. They're fools. And they're liars. That is the bunch of officials that we have now. Yeah, may mga istorya rin. I just saw yung mga mga feeds. Ano yung kanina? Ano naman ito? Peter Ko, Tony Ko, and Vicente C. were reportedly using shabu inside the cell of Peter Ko. Inmate Edgar Cinco witnessed the three using drugs and reported them to Donggail. Clarence Donggail, isa rin po yung Bilibid 19, another inmate who is a police major. Donggail told them to stop and warned them of the consequences. So, sobra naman ang pagtingin nila sa atin. Taka naman natin na maniniwala tayo sa mga ganyang istorya. Bilibid 14 is supposed to be the... Sino mga susunod nilang gipipitin? Sino mga susunod nilang gagawa ng kwento? Sino mga buhay ang sisirain nila? Sino yung mga privacy ng mga sisiraan? Mga former staff ko, mga former officials ko. Nilalapitan nyo na po lahat. Alam ko po yan, nakakarating po sa kanila mga sumbong nila sa akin. And I feel so helpless. I cannot even help them with lawyers. Dahil kung papadalhan ko sila ng lawyers, sasabihin nila, ayan, kasi proprotektahan para hindi siya i-ano. So what am I supposed to do now? Tell me! I'm not going to leave this country and escape anything because there is nothing to escape from. May mga nag-a-advise na sa akin, ng mga well-meaning friends. Mag-isip-isip ka na, Laila, kasi kaka-announce din nga ng Pangulo na ikukulong ka na daw talaga. Maghanap ka na ng asylum. Why should I do that? I want to fight here in my country. Di ba ako tuwag? Dahil wala pa akong kasalanan. Yung mga nagtatago lamang. At saka yung mga walang mga mga duwag ang umaatras. Hindi po si Laila de Lima. Hindi po ako pinalaki ng tatay ko na maging duwag. Tama na. Hulihin nyo na ako ngayon. Yan naman talaga gusto nyo. Ikulong nyo na ako ngayon. I'm here. Do what you want to me, Mr. President. I'll wait for you. Thank you.
With all what's happening now, do you think there's a direct threat to your life? I mean, not just your safety, but
Matagal na ho. Matagal na hong may serious threat ako may serious threat sa akin, pero pinagsasantabi ko lang po yun. Ang attitude ko lang po. Ang attitude ko naman pagdating sa bagay noon pa. Maski noon na meron din ako mga threat. Yun, nung mga pinalipat ko yan, may mga threat ako. Galing sa kanila. Ilan sa kanila, hindi naman lahat sila. But ang attitude ko, kapag oras mo na. Kahit ano pa bang isang katerbang security. Kung talagang oras mo na.
just follow up, pretty graphic on your theory. So there was no riot, so just somebody came and stopped them, something like that.
I cannot, of course, say conclusively what exactly happened. But hindi ko po pinapaniwalaan yung version nila ngayon na riot. Why do I say this? Meron din po ako naging report noon. Remember, may sinabi sila sometime in August na nagbiglang nagparang surprise inspection sa Building 14 at meron pa rin daw mga nakuha na ilan-ilan na mga kontrabando doon daw kay Peter Ko. Ayoko po na sana itong ipalabas. But again, my source is A1. I cannot disclose who he is right now, but again, he's A1. Yung mismong gwardya na yun ang supposedly nag-report per their official report na parang yung parang naging official complainant, I think, dyan sa mga ano na yan, na may mga nakuha na naman ng mga kontrabando from one of the inmates. Yung guard na yan, hindi niya inaamin yan. Yung guard na yan, sinabi, basta pinapirma na lang ako dyan, ako pinalabas na nakadiskubre nung so-called contrabands na yon. So mga pinipilit na mga nagplanta na sila ng mga ebidensya. Yan, yung katulad ng ano na yan. Yung kung totoo na naman yan, kung totoo lang, na riot talaga yan, kagagawan yan mismo nila Sebastian. Di yan nalalayo dyan sa mga official version nila ng mga ng agaw, ng laban. This is really madness. Nakikiusap talaga ako sa Pangulo, kinakagire. Uminto na po kayo sa mga dyan sa madness. Itong ginagawa sa akin, hindi naman dapat ito kasama dyan sa gera laban sa droga. Itong malagyera na rin na ginagawa nila sa akin ay dahil lamang sa isang matinding galit ng isang tao na Pangulo na ho natin ngayon. Ang analysis ko po dyan, kaya nakukuryente rin siya. Kaya nga ho, ayan, yan, example na yan sa drug matrix na yan, I had to linunok niya ngayon, in a very rare moment na linunulok niya ang kanyang pride na mag-apologize dun sa mga dinawit niya dyan. Ang nangyayari po, this is my analysis. You may or may not agree with me, but I've been thinking about this sa mga nangyayari ngayon. There are forces, elements, personalities surrounding the president na alam talaga kasi nila kung gaano kagalit sa akin ang Pangulo gawa noong 2009 nga tungkol sa DDS inquiry. So, itong mga ibang puwersa na ito, mga personalidad, mga shady characters na umaali-aligid dyan ngayon sa Pangulo. Yung iba dyan, nakikita nyo sa House Inquiry. They are taking advantage, they are capitalizing on the personal vendetta on the part of the President. Ginagatungan nila, dinadagdagan nila, sinusuplayan nila ng mga mali na mga impormasyon, ng mga lies. Kaya lumaki na, nang lumaki yung istorya. All of a sudden, I'm now the believed drug queen. Because dyan sa mga factory of lies na pinifeed ng mga personalidad na yan, na may kanya-kanyang mga agenda. Either galit talaga sa akin, they have an axe to grind also, dahil may mga kinasuhan ko rin sila, pinakulong ko rin sila, o kaya kung ano man, ng mga iba pang mga agenda. Naiipit sila, at yun ang pinapagawa sa kanila, hindi ka namin kakasuhan, basta ipitin mo, ituro mo si De Lima, libre ka na. Ito ang immunity. Yan po ang analysis ko. Kaya sino pinakakawawa dito? Ang Pangulo. Pero syempre, ang mas kawawa, ang bayan. Dahil naapektuhan na ng gusto. Pinagtatawanan tayo ng international community. Tingnan nyo, nagkakaroon na ng impact sa economy. Ako na naman nasisisihin dyan. By you know who.
Senator maapekto yung apology ni President sa proving your innocence, yung case niyo po, yung ganyang...
Na-invento nga lahat yan. Invento yan. Lahat nga, halos lahat yan. Lahat invento. Invento yung drug matrix na yan, na para bang Pangasinan Mafia. Invento na naman lahat ito. Na ako ngayon, ako ang nag-benefit ng lahat. Ako ang binigyan ng pera through Sebastian. Nangolekta, etc., etc. Tinago ko yung the rest of the 300 million na nakuha daw ng raid. And all those other lies. Yan ang nangyayari. Ang bilis maniwala ng Pangulo o kaya gusto niyang maniwala o kaya sadya na yung ibang mga lies na yan galing sa kanila mismo.
These drug convicts have an act of right against you because of the raid you did. But
Definitely.
yes, ma'am. What is their reason? What's your analysis? Why are they still refusing to testify against you?
Maybe kahit mga drug convicts yan, marunong pa rin naman makonsyensya siguro. I don't know. You can ask them. Kasi nga ayaw nga mag-testify, ayaw nga mag-execute ng sinumpaang salaysay. Katulad nung iba.
Follow up ma'am, on your source.
And meron pa ako from another A1 source. Na allegedly, meron din yan mga listahan kung sino yung mga tunay na mga nagbe-benefit from them. And kung sino tunay na mga drug lords din.
Follow up ma'am, on your source.
That's A1.
On your A1 source ma'am, just to establish the credibility, what is its hidden interest? Why is it feeding you information?
Pardon?
Why is he feeding you this information?
The A1 source? He cares for me, I think. He's concerned about me as so many others. And he just happens to have an access sa mga yan. And iba-iba naman to, hindi lang naman to isa. Pero yung tungkol dun sa mga text ni Mrs. Sebastian, isang source ito.
Ma'am,
Yes.
you said earlier na you feel like the entire government machinery is against you. What options do you have now?
Right now, I have no option. I'm just here. I'm just trying to do my job, even if, of course, I'm so distracted. Nagtatanong mga iba, nakakatulog ka pa ba? Nakakakain ka pa ba? Nakakakain pa naman po ako, nakakatulog pa naman po ako, pero hindi na ho normal. Average na lang po ng 3 to 4 hours. Nakakatulog na lang ako sa sheer exhaustion, mentally especially. Isip ng isip. Nakakatulog ako 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock ng umaga. Bigla na naman ako nagigising alas 3, alas 4. At hindi na ako uli na nakakatulog. Isip na naman ako ng isip. So definitely it has a toll on my health. It has a toll on my very well-being. It has a toll on my family. My family is suffering. Alam nyo lang, people ask me, how do you feel? Ano nararamdaman mo? Pakisabi nga ho sa akin, how do I feel? Pakisabi nga ho sa akin, alam nyo ba how do I feel? No one in this room can imagine itong dinadala ko dito sa loob. Na hindi ko alam bakit ako. Do I deserve this? I certainly do not. Tama na po. Stop it. Stop the madness. I've been telling you kasi, Mr. President, di kayo nakikinig eh. Nung sa ano pa lang, sa Kamuning Bacon eh. I warned him already, mapapahiya kayo. Nag-uumpisa na siyang napapahiya. Tungkol nga dyan sa drug matrix, marami pa ho magiging basehan ng kakahiyan nyo. Dahil I know, malalaman nyo rin yan, na yung mga pinifeed sa inyo, puro ho yan, kabalastugan. Puro ho yan, kasinungalingan. So, siya talaga mapapahiya.
Ma'am, mas gusto niyo ba na humantong na sa korte yung mga issue against you para mas may depensa yung proper venue to defend yourself?
Matagal ko nang sinasabi yan. Pero again, what would be the whole purpose of filing cases against me? Okay? Whether it's DOJ, Ombudsman, later. Alam ko naman na talagang inosente ako. Mauubos ang oras ko dyan. Ang pagod ko. Wala nga akong resources to hire lawyers at this point. Although I'm glad there are some who have volunteered already. Kung kailangan daw sila, sabihan lang sila. But I have not really talked to them yet. I have no time to talk to them yet. Wala na po akong ibang gagawin nun, kundi harapin na lang yung mga kaso. Ano nang gagawin ko ngayon as a senator? Paano ko gagawin na yung mandato ko? Nag-trash nga ang mga kaso na yan. This will all be trumped up charges because the alleged supporting evidence are all fabricated. Yes. They're there. They're lending me a huge amount of moral support. Some of them are even asking, gusto talaga namin tumulong, send Lyra. But di namin alam kung paano. They send messages sa Facebook, Twitter, etc. But hindi ko rin kasi alam ang sasabihin ko sa kanila kung tinatanong nila ako, paano ho ba kami makatulong? My only common response is, ipagpatuloy niyo lang po ang pagdadasal. Ipagdasal niyo ako, ipagdasal niyo ang Pangulo na maliwanagan na, how do you say that in Tagalog? Ipagdasal ang bayan.
How do you feel, Ma'am, that the President has already apologized to the three personalities in that drug case? Pero sa inyo po,
Dahil nga sa utak niya ho talaga. Wala ho siyang ibang hangarin. Sirain ako. Destroy me. At all costs. I'm the only agenda. Sabi nga yan sa text ng asawa ni Sebastian, ako lang naman daw ang kailangan. So parang pinakapunto, reading between the lines, nitong message ni Mrs. ni JB Sebastian, yung reading between the lines, parang sinasabi niya, si Sebastian ang iniipit para lang makuha si De Lima, kaya something like, maiintindihan naman ni De Lima later, na ganito ang gagawin mo, na sundin mo na yung pinapagawa sa'yo. Ituro mo na si De Lima kahit hindi totoo. Yes.
Since it's less than 100 days into the administration and this has already happened to you, so there's 6 more years, less than 6 years, but ano po yung how prepared are you to face coming days with us?
If you're asking about how prepared I am, I'm never prepared for this magnitude. Many of you, I think, have covered my stint, or some of you have covered my stint at the CHR, at the DOJ, at the national scene. And alam nyo naman na ilang mga pagsusubok na, ilan na hong mga high-profile cases naman ang mga, I was there, I was right there at the center. Pero ngayon lang ho, ganito eh. This is the worst challenge. Sa sobrang sheer brazenness, it's almost surreal, it's unimaginable, it's unprecedented na ginagawa ng isang sitting Pangulo ang mga pinaggagawa nila ngayon against a sitting senator because of personal vendetta and whatever hidden motives he has. Tapos ginagamit as pawns, as tools, as instruments, mga the likes of Aguirre and all other operators to further the President's evil design.
Ma'am, bakit ba talaga hindi sinama sa Believe in 19 si JB Sebastian?
Nabanggit na pan po yan. Ang pwede ho talagang makakapagsabi niyan ay sila General Villasanta at Director Bukayo. Kasi sila yung nasa sentro ng mga intel gathering noon. They represented to me noon na hindi daw pwedeng ilipat si Sebastian kasi asset siya o isa siya sa mga asset. Meaning, yung ibang mga impormasyon na kinakalap nila o kinalap nila noon nung nag-decide na kami na mag-raid ay galing daw po kay Sebastian. Inililinaw ko po ha na hindi po siya personal asset ko. Bilang Secretary of Justice, I'm not into the business of having intelligence assets because I'm not into the function of intelligence. But there are certain subordinates and units under the Department of Justice which do intel work. So they supply me with intel. But on my own, as a DOJ secretary, I do not have any business handling a particular asset. So he was not my asset, but asset of the group, of the government group, yung interagency, particularly PAOK, dun sa problema tungkol sa dyan sa mga impormasyon na yan tungkol sa drug trade within Bilibid. That's why I've been suggesting na sana ipatawag din sila General Villasanta, sila General Bucayo, and other officials. Dahil sila mga mas nakakaalam yan, limited lang ang knowledge ko sa mga bagay na yan. But purposely, I'm not accessing any of these former officials para wala akong mga masabi na naman yung mga nag-aakusa sa akin. Thank you.
Given the current setup sa building 14, posible ba talaga yung riot? Aren't they like separated from each other? Instance ba talaga?
Yung pagkakaalala ko dun sa itsura ng ano na yan, ng Bilibid ng Building 14 kasi nagkaroon naman ng parang blessing nung natapos na po yung renovation, parang inaugural blessing or something. Ay may mga kanya-kanyang cells itong mga high profile convicts na yan. If I'm not mistaken, the capacity was about 42. So that's why pinadagdagan ko. And ultimately, pinasama ko na po dyan si Sebastian.
Ma'am?
Yes.
Based on your theory, do you fear that more violence may be lost just to stay the ground?
Do you think that's an impossibility? Because of the sheer obsession. May mga pinipilit na nga yung mga ibang ano ko noon eh. Ibang subordinates, ibang mga dating staff ko, mga subordinates, nagpapaano ng mga kung ano-ano, mga sinasabing mga drug bank accounts, na sa akin daw yun. They won't stop. They won't stop. And that's why. Sana makinig na po ang Pangulo. Hindi niyo po ako wag niyo po akong sisisihin later na hindi ho kayo nakikinig. Tapos all of a sudden, it all blows down. It all blows up on your face, Mr. President. Na marirealize nyo rin na mali lahat yan. Hindi totoo lahat yan. Thank you.
With all these issues and controversies, may pagsisisi po ba na tumakbo kayo sa pagkasenador? And kumusta po yung health condition niyo?
Nice question, no? May nagtanong na rin sa akin yan. Sabi ko nga, on one hand, hindi naman sa nagsisisi. Yung parang I was just telling myself, sana hindi na lang ako nanalo. Para hindi na ako pinag-initan in the sense, kaya lang naman ako pinag-initan uli. Dati nang mainit talaga sa akin, lalong naging mainit nung I initiated the probe, the inquiry into the extrajudicial killing. So one hand, ganun, sana hindi na lang ako nanalo para hindi ako pinagdidiskitahan ngayon. On the other hand, trabaho ito, mandato ng bayan, na may gagawin akong trabaho. So ako po, ang attitude ko palagi, kung ano yung tama, ginagawa ko. Basta alam ko na yun ang tamang gawin, ginagawa ko, regardless of the consequences. Hindi naman po kasi ako politiko. Hindi po ako nag-iisip bilang politiko. I never think about my personal interest, let alone any political interest or political agenda. Kagaya nito, yung pagpalabas ko kay Matubato, hindi ko naman yan pinaalam sa LP, hindi ko naman sinabihan yung mga allies ko. Halos wala akong pinagsabihan kundi sa Senator Sonny Trillanes. So, kasi hindi ako politiko. People are asking me, what is your end game? Because some are questioning, parang hindi ka ata nag-iisip, Senator Laila, na parang wala ka namang kalaban-laban ngayon, ilalabas mo yung ganyang ka-explosive na witness, sisiraan lang yan, and then di naman maniniwala karamihan kasi the president is still so popular. So what exactly do you want to achieve? Ang pinakasagot ko na lang, what about the truth? That's all. What about the truth? Maraming salamat po.
President Duterte, Zen Hernandez po, ABS-CBN. Your reaction lang to a press con by Senator De Lima saying that there are forces, elements around you who are taking advantage of your, anger or hatred sa kanya dahil po sa 2009 investigation of EJK.
Look, she was the chairperson of the human rights for many years. She was the Secretary of Justice for many years. She has been a senator for a time now. In all of these events in her life, she talked about me harping on extrajudicial killing. And yet, to that date, no case is filed. I was investigated once by the rapport, Philip Alston, and she was to have me investigated again by the UN through a new. Ako yung in the opinion, tapos ako po, I'd like to, in all sincerity, as a human being, I think, honestly, I'm not trying to derogate her. She's a lawyer. She's bright. I think she's breaking down. I would suggest that she takes days off, then maybe, I am afraid that I said, if she continues yakking there and listening to, she will have a nervous breakdown.
Sir, she dared the government to arrest her if you have evidence.
Anong gawin ko sa kanya? I-recommend ko siya sa, anong, Viva Films o yung sa ABS-CBN? Kahapon lamang.
Joseph.
Actually, except for itong drugs linking her sa, I think the most serious charge against her is the portals of the national government has been opened by her election as senator because of the drug money. We are now in narco-politics. Kayong lahat, huwag ninyong bulahin sarili nyo. 92% of the total barangays in the Philippines are affected with drugs. There are 11,000 mga pulis. Wag, hindi ikaw. Pulis yan eh. And about 16,000 barangay captains. That is why I am not in favor of calling an election now. Drug money will flow down to the basic unit, the barangays, and it will strengthen the hold of narco-politics now existing in our country. It behoves upon me to tell you what is the truth and prevent something catastrophic in the future. 4 million drug addicts, I said, is no joke. My God. Yes, sir.
Joseph Morong of GMA.
Sir, good afternoon po. Sir, yung kahapon, may apology tayo dun sa tatlo na tao. Sir, does it not put to question yung credibility ng ibang mga drug list natin?
No, I don't. Because, kasi yung magkasama eh. So if you are together, But you know the law, mere presence of someone else's crime does not make you a criminal too. Mere passive presence of another person's crime cannot make you a criminal. That is the rule. Now, sa lahat, from police to military, merong isang, suddenly it's a bold underscored, then it becomes thin. Then hindi ko mahanap ang koneksyon. Now, I said it is my duty to tell the nation what's happening. But it is also my duty that if I commit wrong, I should apologize. That is the way to go in this world. So I am again, for the third time and the last time, I am offering my apology to Governor Espino, si Season, kasi hindi talaga clear. But, yung baraan na yon, Undersecretary, kasama yon doon sa matrix. Kasama yon, sigurado ako. Yung kapatid niyang si Baraan pababa, this guy was already dismissed from government service. Why? Because convicted na siya for smuggling of our metallic black sand. Si Espino, it has nothing to do with drugs, but he's also facing a charge in the Sandigan, same, smuggling of black sand. Metallic yan eh. Pero kung may kaso pa, wala na. Pero yung sa drugs, hindi ko talaga makita yung linya. And as a lawyer, when you make public a certain wrong against the person, you'd have effectively destroyed his reputation. So kaya, fair is fair. Wala naman akong kung nagkamali ako. Marami akong pagkakamali sa buhay.
So, sir,
I will not pretend that I am perfect. I have so many faults in life, but I've never been faulty in the choice of...
sige, sir. Kopya, sir. Sir, so ibig
Atin lang
sabihin,
yun, ha?
sir, ibig sabihin, sir, with regard to the other narco list, you're standing by the information that we have released so far. Yung pong
Yeah,
ibang mga listahan.
Ganito yan. The latest, I hope I will, inshallah, pagbalik ko, I will have one session with the media and I will read. This would be again about the judges, some congressmen, mayors, marami, barangay captains, halos lahat, and the police. Military, 1 or 2. So, I go now.
One last question, Mr. President, from Bing
You-
Habadan of Daily Shimbun.
That lady there, you can come with me and I'll then buy a plane, I'll buy your ticket coming back.
Hi, Mr. President. Good afternoon. I'm Bing Habadan from the Daily Manila Shimbun. Sir, Senator De Lima was asking if may gusto daw po ba kayo sa kanya?
Ano? Ulit mo?
She was asking, sir, kung may gusto daw po ba kayo sa kanya?
Ano? Ulit mo?
She was asking, sir, kung may gusto daw po ba kayo sa kanya?
Ano? Ulit mo?
She was asking, sir, kung may gusto daw po ba kayo sa kanya?
Ano? Ulit mo?
She was asking, sir, kung may gusto daw po ba kayo sa kanya?
Ano? Ulit mo?
She was asking, sir, kung may gusto daw po ba kayo sa kanya?